Welcome back, Seed Hunters. Today I'm revealing 25 of the most mind-blowing Minecraft seeds that have just been discovered. From a floating sky village that defies gravity, to an all Biomes continent perfect for survival, these are some of the best worlds I've ever shown you. Don't miss a single one because I have included seeds so rare that you'll probably never see anything like them again. And you won't believe how many structures are in this sinkhole. Starting with a seed that comes with an unbelievable windswept tower right at spawn. And you won't believe what's at the very top. You spawn inside of a snowy forest village, which gives you the perfect start to a winter adventure, especially with all the easy loot you'll be able to grab. But take a look up and things get crazy. Towering above the village, you've got an insane windswept mountain with a pillager outpost and 3 more village buildings right at the very top. It will definitely be worth defeating these pillagers because this might be the best view an outpost has ever had. If you're looking for a seed with quick and easy access to a bunch of different resources, it doesn't get any better than this seed. This seed spawns you in the middle of a long, winding mountain valley that is home to every overworld wood type in the game apart from mangrove. Starting at the coast, you'll go through the dark forest, spruce forest, and pale garden, through jungle and mixed forest, all the way to cherry grove and savanna right at the very end. I've never seen this many biomes all in the same valley before. This next seed spawns you right on top of the edge of one of the most beautiful jungle mountain landscapes I have ever seen. Just imagine spawning into your fresh new world and this is the first thing you see. You'll start high up in the stony peaks, so you know your hotbar is about to be stacked with coal and iron right from the get-go. Take a walk down the slopes and you'll come across a large lake entirely surrounded by mixed forest, jungle, crystal blue streams and super steep mountains all the way around. This would be such a chill spot for your starter base, but don't get started just yet because there's still loads more mind-blowing seeds that you need to see. Like this all biome survival continent, which would be perfect for a multiplayer server. And if you've been thinking about starting one, you need to check out Wise Hosting. Wise Hosting is built exclusively for Minecraft servers. That's what makes them so good at it. Unlike other hosts that just throw Minecraft on top of everything else, Wise Hosting is 100% focused on Minecraft. They're made by Shulkercraft and their whole team actually plays Minecraft. Like, these people can help you with your mods and plugin issues faster than this pillager can hit the ground. And they're not just good, they're rated the highest Minecraft host with a 4.9 rating on Trustpilot. That's basically diamond tier service. They've got loads of exclusive features too, like a message of the day editor, plugin presets so you don't have to mess around with any files, and a live player manager where you can modify anything about a player, even their location. And of course, you get 24/7 uptime and 24/7 support, so your friends can keep building their dirt castles at 3 AM and you can get help from a Minecraft expert anytime you need. Grab yourself a server using my link below and you'll get 25% off your first month with code CHILL. Wise Hosting are actually running a huge Black Friday sale from the 21st of November to December the 1st. So if you're seeing this during that time, click that link and grab a server with an even bigger discount. And now, let's get back to the seeds. Let's head back to the skies with this seed that comes with an incredibly rare village that floats high above the clouds. And what's even crazier is the fact that you actually spawn on this crazy sky island. Just watch your step if you're playing in hardcore mode, because I don't think there's an easy way down. I love how all the buildings have managed to generate up here. Not a single village building has generated on the surface below. This would be such an amazing seed for building a sky base or even a skyblock survival challenge. Now you need to check out this jungle seed because it spawns you right in the middle of the perfect tropical oasis. The jungle circle is entirely surrounded by badlands and desert, making it feel like you've just discovered a secret paradise in the middle of a barren wasteland. Your circle comes with thick bamboo forest, hidden caves to explore, and even a jungle island carved out ready for your starter base. Plus on Bedrock edition you'll have loads of structures right on the edge of the circle, including a village, an outpost, a ruined portal, and a temple. This next seed is perfect for a long-term survival adventure, spawning you on a super diverse all biomes continent. This is actually one of the smallest all biome continents ever found, which means you've got every biome as close together as possible, all sharing the same coastline. There's a jagged peak mountain right in the middle of the island where you can get a great view of all of your biomes. From cherry groves and ice spikes to jungles and badlands and everything in between, it's all there. If you're down for an epic survival island challenge this winter like you've never tried before, I think you should go with this one. fun. This seed spawns you on a magical ice spikes island in the middle of a frozen ocean. Just imagine an ice palace at the top of this island. It would be perfect. There's even a giant exposed cave opening on the face of the island's steep cliffs. I think this would be the perfect place to set up your starter base, or maybe even a storage area with a spiraling staircase leading to your castle at the top. In Java Edition, only 1 in 50 villages generate as abandoned villages, which makes this seed extra special because it comes with an abandoned village island just off the coast from spawn. Your mission here is to bring this ghost town back to life, rebuild the homes, cure the villagers, and turn it back into a thriving island community. I love seeds that come with little side quests like this. This seed has an amazing village location right at spawn that you need to check out if you're wanting to trade with villagers in the most beautiful location possible. You'll spawn right at the edge of a super deep lake with a village floating right in the middle of it, and behind that village you've got some stunning Stony Peak mountains. It's one of the best village backdrops I've seen. It's like something out of a painting. The next seed has 2 incredible structures right at spawn, and I think you have a great opportunity to try and connect them. This one actually spawns you right on the roof of a woodland mansion, and that mansion sits just above an epic exposed cave with an ancient city waiting for you at the bottom. You can almost jump straight into the city from the roof of the mansion. Maybe you could build a staircase down through the cave to connect the mansion to the city. And don't worry, Bedrock players, I've got an insane mansion seed for you still to come. If you're looking for a spawn that gives you the ideal place for your main base, you have to check out this seed because the landscape has generated so perfectly. I'd highly recommend setting up camp on this snowy hill because not only is it surrounded by beautiful Cherry Grove mountains, but a colourful valley full with a flower forest and sunflower fields as well. Just imagine a castle with bridges over to the mountains and even a dungeon down in the dripstone caves below. This next seed gives you the best world for an epic snowy adventure this winter because it spawns you on a giant continent completely blanketed in snow. Almost 4,000 blocks long and wide, this continent is packed with 17 villages, 19 igloos, 6 outposts, and too many trial chambers to count. But my favourite thing about this seed is the fact that it spawns you deep down in a cave with a mine shaft, so you'll be able to take shelter and stack up on loot before you brave the cold winter above. It's not very often you come across an ocean monument in the middle of the Badlands, but it looks like this is another crazy spawn that breaks all the rules. You'll start right on the edge of a giant Badlands lake, which is already cool by itself, but floating on the lake, you can find a village with a super tall ocean monument right beneath it. I'd love to see what this would look like with the lake completely drained. If anyone's crazy enough to do it, send me a screenshot. Let's go from a crazy village to probably the most peaceful village in Minecraft. This seed spawns you inside of a cherry grove and you'll immediately notice some smoke rising above the trees from the spruce forest close by. Head towards the campfires and you'll discover a tiny village on a meadow with just one singular house. If you're looking for a laid back and relaxing start to your new Minecraft adventure, I don't think it gets any more chill than this. This seed gives you an insanely rare cluster of structures on the surface at spawn, but underneath the surface, you can find something even rarer. You'll begin in this world staring directly at a witch hut, and once you spin yourself around, you'll spot a large village, a pillager outpost, and a shipwreck that have all generated in the same spot. Directly below this structure cluster, you can find an end portal with 8 eyes already filled in. That is a 1 in 300,000 chance. Leave a like on the video if you've enjoyed the seeds so far. It really helps me out. The best seeds are still yet to come, so hang tight and let me know which seed is your favorite in the comments. This seed has something that definitely shouldn't exist. You'll spawn high above the clouds on top of a windswept bamboo mountain, and right below you, you can find a levitating jungle temple. I've got no idea how it's managed to generate like this, but it has. I guess Java seeds are just as broken as Bedrock ones after all. I'm not sure what you'd even do with this, but it's a fun one to check out nonetheless. The next seed is home to the Wall. A giant max height mountain range that stretches almost 2,000 blocks. This is one of the most impressive mountain ranges I've seen in a while. It's almost like you've discovered the Farlands, except it's right at spawn. At the end of the mountain range, you can find a Pale Garden Mansion on Bedrock Edition, and with all the amazing build locations around spawn, I think this would be an awesome survival seed. If you're just looking to enjoy the quiet life, why not try spawning into this Cherry Grove crater? You'll have a spacious sunflower field for building on and a quaint little lake for fishing, both surrounded by steep Cherry Grove hills to protect you. The crater is surrounded by forests, plains, and winding rivers, perfect for taking it easy and enjoying a slow start to Minecraft life. This seed is the total opposite of a relaxing start, because you spawn way down in the deep dark. Luckily, there's a giant waterfall to help you quickly escape the cave. While you're riding the waterfall, take a look around. You've spawned in such an epic lush cave with a giant entrance exposed to the sky. Definitely a cave worthy of an underground base. This seed has the most beautiful mansion location I've seen in a while, so if you're looking for some prime real estate, check this one out. You'll spawn in a cherry forest with a mansion perched on a pale garden hill just across the river, but the views in front of the mansion is where it gets really good. You've got a bunch of different forests, a large lake, and a beautiful mountain in the background. Just check out the views from inside the mansion. Up next is a seed with some really unique terrain that I think would make for a great base location. Super close to spawn, you can find this beautiful lake surrounded by 5 different wood types. My favourite part is this long valley that leads you directly to the lake. This would be great for building a path or roads that lead you in and out of your base. Plus, on both Bedrock and Java, you'll be able to find a mansion just over the hills. Cherry Grove Islands are one of the most difficult island types to find, but this seed spawns you right on one, and it's huge. It's probably the biggest Cherry Grove Island I've ever showcased, so you'll have plenty of room for building the ultimate island empire. And there are some really big caves that you can drop into too, so there will be plenty of room for underground builds as well. I think this seed takes the top spot for craziest seed I've ever seen. Right by spawn, you can find a giant sinkhole in the middle of a frozen lake with a woodland mansion sitting right on the edge of the sinkhole. I thought that was insane enough, but somehow there are 4 more structures down inside of the sinkhole. Jump on in and you can find a shipwreck, some ocean ruins, an abandoned mine shaft, and even a trial chamber attached to the mansion. On this next seed, a village has spawned in the perfect location. I don't think it could have generated in a better location if it tried. Right by spawn, you'll find some amazing terrain where a long meadow hill sits perfectly in the middle of Cherry Grove Mountains and a river flowing on both sides of it. On Java Edition, you can find the village right in the middle of this beautiful landscape, and on Bedrock, you'll have an amazing blank canvas for setting up your base. This seed spawns you right on the edge of some incredible snowy terrain where a small ocean has been surrounded by some super steep cliffs and jagged peaks all the way around it. I think this would be an awesome location for a cliff-faced city with bases jotted all around the cliffs. If you head towards the mountain, you can find a super deep cave that really feels like it goes on forever. And the chambers in here are huge. I managed to follow it all the way to 2 ancient cities that are right next to each other, and one of them even has a mine shaft attached to it. Which of these seeds do you think would be best for a multiplayer server? If you're thinking of starting one, remember to check out Wise Hosting by using the link below. Did you know that I've uploaded thousands of seeds to this channel, so you've probably missed your dream seed? Click the video on screen now to explore more.